guys, it's me again, Lyin Official, nagbablog para sa inyo ng pawang katotohanan lamang at walang halong kasinungalingan. Ito ay vlog na totoo ang nilalaman. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa ating lahat na mga subscribers, viewers, and followers sa ating FB page, Lyin Eyes. Sana po ay lagi kayong nasa mabuting kalagayan. Ngayon po ay April 18, Friday is a good Friday. So, pasensya na po sa ingay kasi umuulan po dito tsaka may kasabay pong kulog. So, ayan. Pasensya na po at ngayon lang po ulit tayo nag-vlog. Kasi hindi yun natin sarili yung oras natin. Kaya yun. Sa ngayon po kasi wala po tayong mga amo at nag-staycation muna sila. Kaya ako na lang munang mag-isa dito. Alright! So ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay ang open letter po ni Brad Roel. Kung followers po kayo ni Atty. Roque, meron po siyang pinost. Sorry, excuse me. Meron pong pinost si Atty. Roque tungkol kay Commodore J. Tariela. Actually, last week pa po yata ito pinost. So sabi niya dito, Tariela, since when did a PMA dropout earn the right to call anyone a traitor? And then the law, make sure you're qualified before giving legal advice. So yun po ang post ni Roque. So on behalf of Commodore J. Tariela, meron pong isang nagngangalang Brad Roel. Yan po ang pangalan niya sa FB page. Siya na po ang sumagot dito sa sinabi ni or pinost ni Atty. Roque patungkol kay Commodore J. Tariela. So basahin po natin. Open letter to Atty. Roque from Roel Digoy Rodriguez. Yun po yung totoong pangalan nung gumawa ng sulat na to. From Roel Digoy Rodriguez, C-10032, Forever Yearling. Subject: a response to your mockery of PMA non-graduates on competence, dignity, courage, and integrity. Dear Dear Atty. Roque, I am writing in response to your recent public Facebook post where you mocked Commodore J.T. Tariela by stating, and I quote, Tariela, since when did a PMA dropout earn the right to call anyone a traitor? And then the law, make sure you're qualified before giving legal advice. I read those words, nabubulol na ako. Ulit. I read those words not just with disbelief, but with deep pain and righteous indignation. Because I am also one of many non-graduates of the Philippine Military Academy or PMA. I am a forever yearling with cadet serial number C-10032 of the best class in PMA. You question Commodore J. Tariela's credibility because he did not graduate from PMA. What relevance does that have? Your insult cuts not only through Commodore Tariela, it slices through the dignity of every single one of us who once stood on the hallowed grounds of Borromeo Field, wore that uniform with honor, saluted with pride, and endured the rigors of plebeihood. And whether we graduated or not, we share the same dream and noble desire to serve our beloved nation and people with courage, integrity, and loyalty. So let me speak plainly. To leave PMA is not a dishonor. In fact, for many of us, it is the hardest, most painful turning point of our young lives. I was barely out of my teens when I left the academy. I did not fail out. I stood for justice, principles, and truth. I was offered to return and rejoin my beloved Mistas to finish what I started. Open and close parenthesis, another story to tell. But I chose the more challenging path. Not out of weakness, but out of strength, principle, and the courage to fight for what is right. I continued traversing the road beyond the walls of academy. I won that battle, and I wear that victory not as a badge of bitterness, but as a quiet reminder that one's worth is not measured by titles but by truth. But that victory came with a burden of uncertainty, the heartbreak of seeing my dreams slip away, and the fear of how I would support my family because I came from poverty. Attorney Roque, do you know what that feels like? To wake up no longer a cadet, no longer within the structure of promise of BMA, and to carry as a young man the haunting questions. How can I now support my parents? How can I help my family survive? How can I serve my beloved nation and our people? Do you know how it feels to believe for a moment that because you did not graduate, you are a failure, a disgrace? You do not, but we do. And yet, we preserved. Many of us joined the academy not for prestige or power, but out of hope, a chance to lift our families from poverty through a scholarship that offered us dignity. I worked as a waiter, a houseman, janitorial services, a security guard, a salesman, and a student assistant, doing everything I could to support my loving and hardworking parents, who were dignified public servants as well, while pursuing my studies as a full academic scholar. With God's grace, I rebuilt my future. I carry the values of PMA, courage, integrity, and loyalty into the world beyond its walls. And I never let go of my love for our mistas or the honor of having once stood on the sacred ground of Fort del Pilar. So when you reduce your stories to footnotes, when you mock our sacrifices and question our values because we didn't make it to graduation, you do more than insult us. You insult the very ideals you claim to uphold. When you say a PMA dropout has no right to call for someone a traitor, you are not only wrong, you are morally bankrupt in your argument. Because courage is not measured by diplomas. Integrity is not confirmed by titles. And patriotism and loyalty is not validated by rank. We who did not graduate from PMA are not less of a Filipino. We are not less of a public servant or a business, community, and civic leader. And we are certainly not less in moral courage. We are Filipinos for something, for good and of God's. You speak loudly from abroad and hurl insults from afar, hiding behind your rants. But I, a forever yearling, stand here with my name, my PMA cadet serial number, my truth with full weight of my story, and I say this to your face. I have the moral courage to look anyone in the eye as I think, say, do, and stand up for what is right, just, and true even when others, for many, do not. I have my firm loyalty and serve for God, and love for God, our nation, and our people, which begins within my family. I have been living a life of integrity to fight, disdain, and never tolerate evil. The corrupt, pathological liars, greedy, self-entitled, hypocritical, violent, abusive, immoral, and God-cursing beings. Can you say the same? We love and are proud of our mistas, graduates or not. We love our upperclassmen, our upperclassmen. We love the Philippine Military Academy and hold its values in our hearts until our last breath. Being a non-graduate of PMA does not make us any less of a human being. It does not strip us of our dignity or diminish our competence, commitment to public service, or character. It certainly does not give anyone the right, especially someone like you who claims to fight the truth and justice, to discredit our integrity or mock our journey. We will never allow anyone, not even you, to diminish our dignity. Respectfully, Brad Roel Digoy, C-10032, Forever Yearling, Best PMA Class. Ang haba ng open letter ni Brad Roel, but it makes sense kung nauunawaan po natin yung sinasabi niya dito sa kanyang open letter. So, nabasa ko po yung mga comments niya dito. Hinahamon niya po si Atty. Roque na umuwi dyan sa Pilipinas para makipagdebate. So, bakit po kasi kayo nagtatago, Atty. Roque, kung wala kayong ginawang kasalanan or malinis yung konsensya nyo? Diba? Alright. So, ito po muna yung ating topic for today. So, mamaya po ulit, meron pa tayong open letter ulit para kay Manang Amy Marcos. No, mamaya-maya po ng konti. So, dito po nagtatapos ang ating topic for today. Thank you very much po for listening. Sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe sa ating channel, mag-subscribe na po at libre po yan. Lyin Eyes Official, muli nagsasabi, di baling konti ang views, ang importante, hindi tayo nagpapakalat ng fake news. Maraming salamat po, mag-ingat kayo palagi. I love you all. Bye-bye.